Hey guys, I'm Jerry Miculek, and as you can see, it's another beautiful day on the range. We got some ballistic gelatin in, so I was searching through my inventory to find what would be the most highest velocity revolver I own, and this is what I come up with, guys. A Performance Center Smith & Wesson 460 Magnum. And you can see it's got a relatively long barrel, and that's going to be what we want here today. We've got two kinds of ammunitions to try. We have the Hornady Flex Tip with a 200 grain bullet at about 2,200 feet a second. And we have a Corrbon. This is going to be the exact opposite. It's a 395 grain bullet, and it's doing about 1520. So we've got hard and slow, and we've got lightweight and fast. So the ballistic gelatin ought to look really tricked with either one of them. So we're going to get back in position here and see what happens. Here we go, 1, 2. Whoa! Look at this thing, guys. Woo! That block of gelatin didn't like that 460 at all. Wow. I think this thing is about, there's the bullet still in there, mushroomed out completely. Wow, let's take a look at what we did here. It's a 16-inch block. It went right at 15-inch penetration. When I made the shot, this thing just exploded and I had to run down here. I forgot to even talk about it back there. So here I am, we got the block, and you can see we had a piece of foil underneath it to keep it from sticking to the wood. The foil just left. It didn't like it at all. That ballistic gelatin looked like a monster. It was ran up, it couldn't stand the energy. But anyway, great things happen at about 2,200 feet a second. You can see the permanent cavity here. You can actually see the polymer tip that was in there. Some of the jacket, little pieces of lead. And it went, it's going to be interesting to dig it out and actually see what it weighs. The energy transfer was just dramatic. It made this block just leave the table. I've had a chance to shoot a few wild hogs with that 460, and that's about what they look like when you hit them. They just flop, and that's it, no more. So pretty impressive, but I got something a little different. 1, 2. Oh! That was a totally different experience, guys. That was a piece of hard lead doing about 1,500 feet a second, right at 400 grains. And let's see if we captured it in those blocks. Woo! I can feel the difference in the recoil, I can tell you that. You see that, guys? You see the total difference in the characteristics of those two projectiles? This was a hard piece of lead. The block is still on the table, and that's what it's designed to do. It's designed to make a straight line penetration with minimum expansion. So as you can see, we went easily through the first block. And what happened, at that close range, it kind of skewed and went up, and it made an exit right here on the second block. So we're looking at 26 inches of penetration, whereas the other one was right at 15. So there you have another 10 inches of penetration, and if the bullet would have stayed parallel in the other block, I know it would have shot clean through it. So we're going to go back again. Even though the impact was pretty much in line with the center of the block, it's just the way it reacted, and it started to skew off. One thing bad about doing close range ballistic tests like this, these projectiles haven't really gone to sleep yet, so they have a tendency to still find their center. So when you hit a test medium like this, sometimes they want to skew, and that's what happened here. This one came out. So we're going to go back and reboot, and I'm going to aim a little bit lower this time and see if we can make a penetration through the complete two blocks here. We're looking at about 32 inches of gelatin, and I know we can make it happen, so let's do it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ho! Ah, we got him. Let's see what he did. So what do you think, guys? It's kind of dramatic. We had a little bit of energy transfer. You can see this block sprung up, and we had a straight line penetration right here, and it went into this block, and it kind of skewed this way instead of going up. So it went straight out the back, guys. Still wanted to go up again, but it's kind of doing this when it hits the blocks. Probably a little bit too close to the end of the muzzle, but what can I say? I can't shoot any better. So this is where we're shooting from. Anyway, we had 32 inches of penetration, and from the looks of it, it probably would have went even more. So the choose your projectile has a lot to do with the effect on the target. So that gelatin really gives you a graphic explanation of how projectiles work and different bullet constructions affect energy transfer. And by the way, that 460 is one mean son of a gun. So what do you think, guys? 460 Smith & Wesson Magnum, probably one of the most flexible straight wall revolver cartridges ever made. We had a 200 grain bullet doing 2,200 feet a second. We had a 400 grain bullet doing about over 1,500. So as you can see by the ballistics gelatin, bullets performed exactly the way what actually were designed, and that's something we'll talk about just a little bit. I've got that Hornady round at 200 grain. It's got 120 grains left to it. And that's exactly what it was designed to do. It dumped all this energy in about a 15-inch package. So if you're shooting a deer-sized animal and you shoot them through the ribs, you've got the whole massive energy dump right there. Whereas this hard cast 400 grain bullet went through 32 inches of gelatin. So if you'd had a deer 16-inch wide, it would have passed through and about a third of its energy would have been transferred and the rest of it would have been off in the woods somewhere. So, but you can shoot them end to end with something like this. So what you want to do, what you want to realize, and also what you want to do is every projectile has its own form and its own function. So no one bullet is good for anything. So choose wisely. And that 460 will get the job done. Also, guys, I'd like for you to like and comment and subscribe. We got a whole bunch of stuff to give away again. We got another JM 930 Pro shotgun all tricked out. We have a Vortex 1x6 Razor telescopic sight. We also have a Vortex red dot sight to give away. So keep posted, guys. We got a lot of good stuff coming. Thank you.